Elements of Literature. Part 1, Characterization. Hey guys, Mr. Burek here with your first video in our Elements of Literature series. Elements of literature are all the main parts needed in a work of literature. Literature, by the way, is a fancy way of describing a written work including fiction, drama, and poetry. The three main parts we will be talking about in this video series are characterization, plot, and theme. These will be topics that we will be discussing throughout the school year during our readings. Enjoy! We're going to start this series off by talking about characterization. Make sure you're following along in your guided notes. What is characterization? Well, simply put, characterization is the process of creating a character's personality or image. It is how the author explains a character. What is a character, you asked? Well, I'm so glad you asked. A character is a person, animal, or object in a story. Think about your favorite character in a show, or movie, or book. Write it down in your guided notes. Authors use many different literary techniques to make characters come alive for the reader. The four main parts are dialogue, dialect, description, and conflict. Let's talk about dialogue. Any idea what dialogue is? Well, a dialogue is a conversation between two or more characters in a literary text. What a character says or their dialogue can reveal a lot about their personality. Look at this example. It reads, "My gloves are spoiled with lemonade and I can't get any new ones, so I shall have to go without," said Joe. "You must have gloves or I won't go," cried Meg decidedly. "Gloves are more important than anything else. You can't dance without them, and if you don't, I should be so mortified. Then I'll stay still. I don't care much for company dancing." In the example, the dialogue reveals that Meg cares a great deal about appearance, while Joe does not. Let's look at dialect. Dialect is a way of speaking that is particular to a specific place. It is when words, the way those words are said, and the spelling of those words are slightly different from those used by other people who speak the same language. It includes accents, word choice, or other elements that pertain to a specific time and place. In our example, Jo March grew up in the late 1800s, so her dialect is different from a modern person's. Let's look at this example. Oh, what have you done? I'm spoilt. I can't go. My hair, not my hair, wailed Meg, looking with despair at the uneven frizzle on her forehead. What way of speaking or words are different from how we would talk today? Write down your response in your guided notes now. Description is probably the one that you all already know. It is what is used to show how the character looks and acts. Think about your favorite character again, the one you wrote down in your guided notes earlier. Try your best to describe what they look like and how they act, and write that down in your guided notes. Let's look at this example. Notice how the author describes Jo's physical appearance so the reader can picture her. Jo never seemed to know what to do with her long limbs, which were very much in her way. She had a decided mouth, a comical nose, and sharp gray eyes, which appeared to see everything and were by turns fierce, funny, or thoughtful. Finally, let's talk about conflict. We have all experienced conflict. Conflict is a struggle or a problem. How a character responds to conflict reveals a lot about who that character is. Do they respond heroically? Maybe we learn they are quick-tempered and anger easily. For example, Joe's younger sister Amy burns Joe's writing journal. Joe responds in anger to this conflict, revealing that she is hot-tempered and stubborn. "You wicked, wicked girl. I never can write it again, and I'll never forgive you as long as I live." Meg flew to rescue Amy and Beth to pacify Joe, but Joe was quite beside herself, and with a parting box on her sister's ear, she rushed out of the room to the old sofa in the garret and finished her fight alone. So we can see how angry Joe got. Maybe she was justified in her actions. After all, I'd be mad if someone destroyed my writings. But she was very quick to anger in this situation, so this tells us a little bit about her. Well guys, that's the end of this video on characterization. Be sure to write down any questions that you might have. In the next video, we'll be talking about plot. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.